All right, as promised, guys, back nice and quick. Not a long delay at all there. So, first round of our standard action. This is round 3. We're bringing it to you in. On our left, we have Jesse, who we've seen many times before. Liam on the right, who we've also had on camera before. So we'll see what these guys are on. Jesse, if I'm not mistaken, probably on his red-white humans vehicles deck. So the aggressive slant. Liam, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, he might have changed his decks, but he's recently been on green-black delirium, which again, as I talked about at the start of the stream here after round 1, a very, very strong choice in the format right now. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have Jesse on the play where he wants to be. So that's a crucial element of this. Okay, Liam and Jesse drawing their opening hands. All right, so we'll have a look here, and we'll, again, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, it looks like Liam's actually on a different deck. It looks like green and white. Maybe Bant, possibly. Maybe just blue-white. Yep, okay. So this is going to be quite the matchup here. Thank you, Liam. So this is an interesting matchup. These are the two, or no, sorry, my apologies. That's not what I was thinking about. That's not what I was going to say at all. So there we go. So we have a turn 1 3-bit inspector from Liam. Gets himself a clue. Jesse does the same, just on turn 2 instead of turn 1. I don't know if Jesse drew a card there. Liam's going to go ahead, play a port, town, reveal an island. And then pass the turn back. Liam going to just be cracking this clue here. There's no attacks to be had on either side of the field. They're just 2 1-2s bashing into each other doesn't do anything, so. Okay, there we see a smuggler's copter come down for Jesse. And Liam just goes ahead and cracks that clue, as expected. He did have a copy of Stasis Snare in his hand, which he will have at the ready here. Plays the island that Jesse knows about. And there's a Thalia Heretic Cathar, so we'll bring her up. So gonna make all of Jesse's creatures and non-basic lands come into play tapped. And she's a 3/2 first strike, so not too shabby. Jesse's looking over his options. He will be able to get an attack with this Smuggler's Copter in, which is pretty crucial. That 3-bit inspector is tapped. Yep, there we go. Okay, cruise the copter, comes in for 3, has the loot trigger. He's going to draw in discard, gets rid of a Fleet Wheel Cruiser. So might be signaling that he doesn't have a lot of lands in hand, and that looks to be the case. I think he's just passing back here, yeah. Only has the 2 lands. He does have a strong board state at the moment. Thalia does, block it all, but Liam does have a copy of Reflector Mage in hand, a copy of Stasis Snare. So he's got lots of things to choose between here. He does also have, for next turn, a copy of Archangel Avacyn, which is going to be quite a difference maker in this matchup, especially with Jesse being stuck on lands. Okay, finds his 3rd land off the top of the deck. Plays out the Ether Hub. It does come into play untapped, so he's not going to have access to it this turn. That's pretty big. There's a Thalia's a Tenant. I don't know if Jesse or Liam is playing any counter spells, but this is a pretty strong play out of Jesse. Some of the lists now are turning to main deck revolutionary rebuffs, those kind of things. So this Inventor's Apprentice is a 3/4, which is big. There's the crew of the copter, and Liam says, okay, enough's enough with that. I'm going to get rid of that now. He can still attack for 3 damage here. It would trade for the Thalia. Liam would have the option of simply just putting both in front of it. Okay, decides I'll just take it instead. Liam falls down to 14 here. I think it's also fine. I mean, he's not under a lot of pressure, and this Archangel Avacyn is going to really just change the game completely. Yeah, Liam just passes back. Doesn't even want to pretend he has another play. Just says go. Needle Spires enters tapped twice because of Thalia. That's right. Okay, always watching. That is an important card. Okay, so, yeah. Just he's putting up a good fight, but this is going to change that. So, yeah, puts them both in front of that. Thalia blocks one to save some life. Sure. So Liam does take 3 damage there, falling to 11. It is key to note here that the Archangel Avacyn flip ability isn't going to do much here. Right now, we would really only kill the Thalia's Lieutenant. It would not deal with either of the Thraben Inspectors. Thanks to that always watching. There's a Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Avacyn attacks for 4. She is, of course, vigilant, so that is quite crucial. Okay, Jesse did find his 5th land. Might have a Gideon of his own. He does. Okay, so from a game that looked like Jesse was way behind, we're at kind of a interesting board state here. Both players now with Gideon. Jesse having the added bonus of always watching in play, which is massive. Instantly snaps off the emblem. So those Thraben Inspectors are now 4/5s with Vigilant. And at the moment, Liam's hand is a Westvale Abbey, an Island, and a Reflector Mage. It's an attack for 8. Sure, throw a Thraben Inspector in the way. There's no real harm there. Liam taking 4, falling to 7 here. Okay. There is another Knight Ally token for Liam off of the Gideon. Needle Spires is really important now because that's going to be a 4/3 double striker. Okay. Avacyn did trigger. So it will deal with the Lieutenant, and it will deal 3 damage to Jesse. But that's all it's going to do. It'll also kill off his own Thalia, which is pretty important. The second Knight still fine because it did come into play after the upkeep, of course. Reflector Mage is going to bounce away one of those Thraben Inspectors, and across he comes for 6. So Jesse down to 7. Has a 4/5, and again, that Needle Spires can be very, very big. 4/3 double strike just beats anything on the board right now. Yep, okay. I like this attack from Jesse. He does win this race. I think if I'm Liam, he can't beat anything here, even with a double block. Well, no, actually, Jesse's is dead. I'm wrong. Unless he has... That's not dead. Never mind. Okay, it looks like he's taking 4, falling to 3. Just 2 lands in hand right now for Liam. So this is going to be pretty important, this draw. Finds another land. He's going to have to just say go. He can't afford to attack with Avacyn here. He's dead if he does. He gets to make a knight ally, but the apprentice without even... okay, well... Okay. No, Liam is able to go ahead, attack with Avacyn, put Jesse to 1. Westvale Abbey, make a token, put myself 2, plus the knight ally from Gideon, is 3 blockers, which is all Liam needs. Oh, Liam can also just go tick down Gideon and make an emblem and kill you. Okay, interesting. I think Liam's dead now? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay. Yeah, I think Jesse might have thought that was bigger than Gideon, and it was not. Liam passes back. Okay, interesting. Close game here to the end of it all. Jesse does fall to 1 from that attack as well. Three mana. Okay. Okay, is that game now? I think that's game now. Wow. Yeah, we'll pull piano up. I think that's just game though. Oh, and I think... I don't know. I think Jesse just threw away what was a guaranteed lethal here. Okay, well, no, it's not game. Yeah, that was game. Liam's going to make a token, fall to 2. Well, the apprentice is fine. That's a 3/4. Okay, passes back. So he does have a blocker. Selfless Spirit, okay. I don't think Liam has any good attacks here. Fires up Gideon, attacks with Avacyn. Thopter has to block Avacyn. Pianalar. Thraven Inspector gets it for Gideon. No, I think Jesse's gonna win this. I think a miss lethal for Liam with that emblem a couple turns ago, and a miss lethal back from Jesse just last turn. Jesse's not gonna get punished for it here though, as Pianalar making 2 bodies and getting a 3rd body out of that Thraben Inspector is pretty huge. So. Okay. Liam's going to force the issue on the block with Gideon. He's going to make Jesse shove something into the abyss. Thraben Inspector, or that looks to be the best choice probably. Yeah, it's the smallest one. Inventor's Apprentice right now is getting +3/+3. So he has a 4/5. Yeah, Inspector bites the dust. Yeah, all Jesse has to do here is attack with 1 creature, sacrifice his 4 artifacts to blank the 4 possible blockers from Liam, and that should be game. Looks like he's sacrificing a clue. Yeah, he's now going to go ahead and make these things not block. So, yep. Okay, so right now, nothing on Liam's side of the board can block here. Jesse should attack with everything here. He does. Liam, yeah, just has a couple lands in hand, and that's the game, I think. Yeah, I think they're just talking about how he missed lethal, possibly, because yeah, both players a bit of a misstep there, but Jesse is able to recover in the end of it all and takes the game 1-0. So Liam gonna have the play for game 2. That's gonna be important for him, as it will keep Jesse off the front foot, which is really where he wants to be. Red-white is one of those decks that the blue-white deck can struggle with. I have played the blue-white deck before, and if the red-white aggressive deck gets off to a fast, strong start, blue-white needs quite a few cards to get out of that usually. So we'll see what Liam can do with the sideboard here. Usually does have a lot of options. To fight the aggro matchups. Jesse, on the other hand, doesn't typically have a lot to fight this kind of matchup. His deck is already pretty good against this kind of deck. So let's see what these players can come up with. All right, sorry about the silence there, guys. Just checking a couple of things before we go on to our next match here, to our next game. All right, so both players just finishing up their sideboard here. PNLR really showing her strength that game. Especially being combined with all those clues that Jesse was able to make thanks to the Thraben Inspectors he played out earlier that game. Thraben Inspector, obviously not the strongest card in these matchups. Just a simple 1-2 that makes a clue. The clue doesn't always matter. It's just one of those things that, I can draw a card off it at some point. But thanks to PNLR, able to turn into so much more when you get to sacrifice it and, make something not block that turn. Pretty game-changing ability she has sometimes. So, and as we saw there, of course, ending the game on the spot. Not allowing Liam to block with anything. All right. So players drawing their opening 7 for game 2 here. Let's see what Liam can come back with. I think, Liam instantly mulliganing down to 6. Jesse joining him as well. So, in terms of, what kind of good news can you hope for if you're Liam, that's not the worst if you're mulliganing down to 6, so is your opponent. Jesse's deck, I will say, does mulligan better than Liam's does. Liam he needs critical mass of cards. Jesse doesn't. Jesse only needs a few fast cards to come out, get in the way. Okay, so both players looking down now. Okay. Might be some confusion. Liam might have possibly drawn an extra card. Yeah, also that was the case. Simple fix, though, just puts the one back. Didn't look at any of them, so it's not like he had any sort of known information that wasn't supposed to be known to him. Liam has decided to keep it, looks like, as has Jesse, so we're going to have a game here at 6 cards each. And we'll start with a Plains into a Thraben Inspector and a pass of the turn from Liam. Jesse looks to have the same start. Yep, both players getting their clue and passing the turn. So, Port Town for Liam, revealing an island and again saying go, signifying I'm going to be drawing a card this turn. Needle Spires from Jesse, so a slower start again from Jesse with one of those tap lands in his first couple land drops. Not going to let him crack this clue on turn 2 when he wants to. Liam, of course, does, draws his card and passes back. Does have a copy of Spell Queller in hand, so going to be very important here for Liam, as it will essentially stop any turn 2 play that Jesse does have, assuming he wants to stop it. Spell Queller there up on camera for you, up on screen. So the one white blue, and yeah, this is what he's going to want to answer. PNLR attempts to come down for Jesse. Liam says, I'm going to say no to that one. Plays out the island he showed last turn, or the turn before. Attacks for 2. Jesse does fall down to 18. And there we see a Gisela the Broken Blade. So this is out of Liam's sideboard. There she is. So the 4/3 flying first strike lifelink angel for 4 mana that when combined with Bruna does transform to give you Brizella. This is a hard card for Jesse to deal with outside of his removal spells. The 4/3 body with first strike is just massive. There is a Smuggler's Copter after he harnessed lightning down the Spell Queller. Another land for Liam. In comes Gisela. Yep, he's going to fall. Jesse falls to 14. Liam goes to 24. Okay, Handwear Garrison coming out for... Liam is not playing Bruna, so some of the sideboards do play both of the Angels as an alternate win con in the later game. In this case, Liam opting not to bring Bruna with him. Liam, I believe, took another 5 damage there, but no, I'm mistaken because there's an Archangel Avacyn in play instead. Yeah, this game is very much in Liam's favor. Jesse has a hard enough time dealing with one of these 4-power Angels. The second one is going to be, all but impossible. Jesse looking over his hand, staring down an Archangel Avacyn alongside Gisela Broken Blade. Now, it is important to note that Gisela dying will not trigger Avacyn. However, if Avacyn does trigger, Gisela will die. So, Jesse can play around with the idea of maybe killing off the Thraben Inspector, because that'll in turn also kill off Gisela. It will also wipe his own board, which is not ideal, of course, but it's a way to at least deal with one of these Angels. Jesse is at 6, though, so that's probably not a good idea. There's a Thalia. Yeah, Liam says, I have a 6 for your 1 flying blocker. Let's go to game 3. And Jesse agrees. Okay, so Liam, with the help of Gisela and Avison, taking game 2 swiftly from Jesse. Or Liam does, if I said it. I'm not sure if I said Jesse there, but Liam does. All right, and looking back to sideboard, seeing if they want to change anything possibly on the play instead of the draw, or the draw instead of the play. It looks like Liam took out a copy of Spell Queller, along with a second card. I'm not too sure what it was. Brought a couple cards in, so might have some earlier counter magic possibly. Might have some more removal spells possibly. We'll see what he has entirely here. So. Jesse's still looking over a couple options. Liam seems to be satisfied with what he's decided on here. If Jesse's able to deploy that turn 3 Handwear Garrison, is it Garrison? Yeah, if he's able to play that Handwear Garrison on turn 3, that is a way just to end the game. That card is very strong. If Liam cannot answer it quickly. So we'll see if we can get a game where both players keep 7, hopefully. That would be nice. Okay, Liam looking over his 7 here. I see a Declaration in Stone in his hand. I think a Selfless Spirit as well. Possibly some other removal. I only see 1 land right away, so he might be short on land here. Nope, it looks like both players have decided to keep their 7, so off we go. Jesse has a turn 1 Inventor's Apprentice. Simply just a 1-2 at the moment, but can quickly turn into a 2-3 if he has the right cards. He really wants to find a Smuggler's Copter here. That'd be his optimal play. And we have just that. So across he comes for 2 damage instead of 1. Liam falling to 18. Jesse should have 1 energy. Smuggler's Copter doesn't require anything colored, so I imagine just... Okay, Liam decided that he would keep a hand of all white cards with no planes. Was hoping to get there, unfortunately did not. It looks like he has a lot of removal in his hand. That's probably why he opted to do so. I saw a couple of copies of Blessed Alliance. I saw a lot of stuff there. Okay, this is getting out of control here, though, for Jesse. And he comes for 6 damage with a loot. Yeah, Liam kept very risky. Let's see if he can find it. Okay, he found... That's a good one to find. Prairie Stream. Has to decide what to do now, though. Okay. Reflector Mage bounces the Apprentice. Says go. So I don't mind this play. He's going to, I imagine, redeploy the Apprentice here, and if he has a second human, it's going to get over top of... Well, that's big too. Jesse looks to have missed his trigger on Thali's Lieutenant when the Garrison came into play. Smuggler's Copter came across. Yeah, I think Liam's at 9 right now, not 11. If I'm not mistaken, because he took 2, then 6, then 3. So that should be 9. Yeah, there we go. So, okay, he found another white source and was able to play Gisela on turn 4. So, okay, that's pretty lucky. Okay, there is... He remembered his trigger this time. So now has a 2-2 Lieutenant. If this is okay, that's bad news for Liam. Declaration in Stone is a huge card for Jesse there. Liam does get a clue, and the Gisela is exiled, but now the Handwear Garrison can attack freely without having to worry about being blocked and killed. It'll in turn increase the power of Lieutenant. Copter's gonna get in as well, plus the 2 humans. Is this just lethal on its own? He's not attacking with Lieutenant. Interesting. Opting to attack. It does make humans, right? Yeah, it definitely makes humans, which triggered the Lieutenant. I'm trying to think here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could have put Liem to 2 this turn. Instead, Liam's going to take 3 and fall to 6. No, sorry, take 6 and fall to 3 because of the Copter as well. I don't know what Liem could draw. Okay, Gisela. I don't think that changes the math. Gisela can block Copter. Reflector Mage can block Garrison. 7. Okay, I think it does. Liam has to decide if Gisela is more important or getting rid of the Garrison is more important. Jesse, unfortunately, missing some of the synergy in his deck here with that Garrison just, exponentially growing that Thali's Lieutenant. Just getting it out of hand way faster than it needs to be. Liam is hoping to avoid another Declaration in Stone here, or something like a PNLR. That's also fine though. Stays the Snare is good. Yeah, Liam offers the handshake. That is the game.